Honestly and honestly speaking, the Philippines has actually changed my life on how I really see people, how I view the world, and also it has actually made me realize that true happiness doesn't really come from riches or material possession. It made me realize that happiness actually comes from within, and also it comes from how you really treat and respect others. What's up guys, and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Kano Chinedu Praise. Here I'm gonna be highlighting, discussing about how Philippines changed my life, changed my perspective. But before I continue, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, turn your notification bell so that you can be able to get future videos when I upload. And finally, don't forget to smash the like button, and don't forget also to comment on what you really think about this video. So without no further ado, let's get back to the video. Philippines actually made me realize that contentment is really what matters. Like whatever you have, you just need to be very, very contented. If you have more, fine. If you have less, fine. It still brings out that happiness. Sometimes I just see some Filipinos, they're passing through so many difficulties. They're really passing through like some terrible stuff, but when you see that smile on their face, like it gives you like this sense of like actually people are really, really with everything happening in their life, you still that smile. They still want to share with you, they still want to drink with you, they still want to talk with you. And of course that type of happiness is really the genuine type of happiness. I wish other people from other countries can really adapt to the type of happiness the Filipino people really really have. Because if we can be very, very contented with what we have, I tell you the truth, the world is actually going to be a safer place. People won't kill each other just to get money. And also, to correct something, I'm not saying there aren't some people who don't commit crimes here in the Philippines, some Filipinos who don't commit crimes, but generally with what I've actually observed and with the people I've actually met, Filipinos are actually very, very contented people. Like even if they're rich, they still want to associate with the poor people. Like they still want to hang around. The poor and the rich, they live together in harmony. Compared to some other places, like where if you're poor, you can associate with the rich people, and if you're rich, you cannot associate with the poor people. But while here in the Philippines, there is no really financial gap between the poor and the rich. Like a brother can be rich, a brother or sister can be rich and brings in their other brother to come and stay in the house. Like there is this type of relationship they have between the poor and the rich. They don't really care exactly whether he's a poor guy or a rich guy, but they treat everybody exactly how they are. And sometimes I've noticed that in the queue, they tell you guys to line on the queue. You see like someone who's very, very rich will just go and stay at the last queue. They don't really mind if maybe you're rich. Like you need to go and join the queue. Compared to some other countries, if you're celebrities and a celebrity just come, they're gonna lock the whole store just for that celebrity just to to shop and get what he or she wants to buy. But in the Philippines, nobody cares about your riches, nobody cares about how famous you are, nobody cares about where you're coming from. If you are on the queue or you want to get something, join the queue and get it through the right way. And also how Philippines also changed my life is it's made me realize that you don't need to have much money for you to travel. I noticed that. If I were to be in my country, I tell the truth, places I've been to in the Philippines, I don't think I would have even gone half of those places in my country. But ever since I've been to the Philippines, I've been to so many places. Like I've been to some places even Filipinos themselves haven't been to, with just little cash. I've been to like I've been to Siquijor, I've been to Cebu, I've been to Dumaguete City, I've been to Bacolod City, I've been to Camiguin Island, I've been to Bohol, I've been to Baguio, I've been to San Fernando, I've been to 100 Island, I've been to I've been to Leyte, and so many places which I can't actually remember. I mean, all these places are places, they're actually far places, to be very honest with you. But coming to the Philippines made it very, very easy. With just some small cash, you can travel to so many places. And you even ask yourself like, man, I've traveled to places like this with just a little token. I mean, you can't actually try that in all this in my country. Because for you to travel in my country, you need to plan and plan. Just for one vacation in a year, you have to really plan and plan and plan and plan and plan. so much money, so much expenses, food and everything. But in the Philippines, it's made me, really realize that, with just a little money, you can see the world, you can experience different culture, you can travel to places, you can, really meet interesting people, you can, have fun. I mean, not like, if you're in most of all these countries like the US, Africa, and other countries, for you to have fun, you need to like spend much money. But in the Philippines, it made me realize that, traveling don't really need much expenses. Just, I'm traveling, like for me, I've been to places, like sometimes when I check my diary and I try to like check places I've been to, I was like, wow, man. So I've actually been to these places. Even average Filipino don't even know these places. But me, myself, as an average foreigner, I've been to like countless places, which I never really realized or dreamt that, I would really go to. So really, that's exactly how, Philippines has actually, molded and changed my view. And also, how Philippines also changed my life is, you don't need to be very famous for you to really achieve your dream. You don't need to really associate yourself with some certain celebrities for you to really achieve your dream. I never dreamt, I would do YouTube, I never dreamt like maybe I'm going to be a YouTuber, I'm going to do this, Because if I really started YouTube in Africa, I don't think, I would have really gone to this extent which I've been to. But ever since, I came to the Philippines, since I started this YouTube stuff, when I started talking about the Philippines, I've really met so many interesting people who really, love my content. So many Filipinos who are living in the US, who are living in so many countries of the world, they like appreciating and telling me that, thank you so much, for talking about the Philippines. Thank you, for, giving the Philippines, the good vibe, the good name. And thank you so much. Hope, you're really, enjoying your stay in the Philippines. When I hear those words, it really gladdens my heart, and it also makes me, I really want to, be very consistent and do more videos about the Philippines. It really made me, makes me, focus, on my YouTube stuff, because, I really wanted to really travel. I really wanted to really talk about something, but, I never really had an idea exactly on what type of content, I'm gonna do. But ever since, I started YouTube in the Philippines, I've really had so many supportive Filipinos that, if I just upload the video straight away, they watch, they like my video, and, some of them even chat me and tell me, thank you so much. Like every day, I really have new subscribers, and they chat me on my IG and tell me, Praise, thank you so much, for really, appreciating the Filipino culture, and also thank you also for really enjoying your stay in all those places. But, if to be very honest with you, I'm very, very honest with you. I actually started this YouTube in Nigeria. I'm telling you, if I tell my Nigerian friend or maybe my African friend, hey, I want to start YouTube, please, can you support me? Most of them won't really care about you. They would ask you like, how many subscribers do you have? How much do you have? What do you want to do? And things like that. And it now makes you feel very, very down. It makes you feel like, you can't really, achieve or really plan on what you really want to do. But, since ever I came to the Philippines, it makes me happy, and it made me realize that, you can be whatever you really want to be with some certain people around you. If you check likes of Praise and Prince, if you check like of Evans, check most of the foreign YouTubers, majority of their fans are Filipinos. I tell you the truth, if they were back in Nigeria or back in Africa, or maybe back from where they're actually coming from, if they really started YouTube just like the way they started here in the Philippines, I tell you, they won't be where they are at the moment. But Philippines actually made them realize that, you can be wherever you want to be if you really put in your mind and have some set of people around you. If you ever plan on coming to the Philippines, I know at the moment it's very, very hard for you to come to the Philippines because of the COVID-19, coronavirus, and border lockdown and things like that. But probably in future, if everything is better and you ever plan on coming to the Philippines, don't think twice. Because if you really want to get away from stress, if you want to get away from thinking the whole stress, working, and you really want to have some nice vacation, the Philippines is actually the best place to come and relax, and see people exactly how they are, and or to see how people really live their life gradually, how true genuine happiness actually brings out the love in the Filipino people's heart. Because I tell you, if you stay in the Philippines for few months, your mindset, your life, the way you see the world will actually change. So before I end this video, I hope you guys really learned something really new about the Philippines, and how the Philippines actually changed my life, changed my perspective, changed my pace on how I see the world. So before I go, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, turn on your notification bell so that you can be able to get future video videos I upload. And don't forget to smash the like button, and also don't forget to comment on what you really think about this video. And also don't forget to, if you're a foreigner and you're in the Philippines, or probably you're in other countries, please feel free to comment on how Philippines has actually changed your life. So without no further ado, I want you guys to take care of yourself, stay safe, and ingat.